1, 2, 3. We'll just start there.
Me?
Yeah.
All right. Most community evacuation plans assume that all residents have access to private transportation, which in urban areas particularly is not true. And we've seen in Hurricane Katrina how many people can be neglected. And the Midtown community, the demographics mirror closely the demographics of New Orleans. So what about St. Pete's community evacuation plan strives to protect our vulnerable citizens like the elderly?
Yeah. We have a good evacuation plan, and I don't know if it's online or if any one of you are interested, you can have access to that. But evacuation first would be those areas that are deemed by the county, because the county EMS really, we have our own not EMS, EOC, Emergency Operations Center. We certainly maintain our own, but it's the county's call as to which areas are evacuated. And it's usually in flood zone, flood level A. I don't know that it's ever gone to a B, maybe it has. I live in Shore Acres, and for any of you who ever watch the Weather Channel during a rainstorm, they're at Shore Acres because we flood when it rains. It's just the way it is. So we have a lot of our properties in this coastal community that are flood level A. The evacuation plans for that, we have evacuation plans for those special needs, whether it's elderly or anyone who has a special need to get out. We use our EMS and fire paramedic systems to help evacuate special needs people in those nursing homes. We use PSTA buses and mass transit to help assist people in getting out. And it's not uncommon for an evacuation. There's a Shore Acres nursing home, a rehabilitation center. And once that evacuation order happens, we send paramedics, ambulances, and PSTA buses to help get all of the residents out. So yes, in low-lying areas when the evacuation order happens, we're out there assisting, and we do use public transportation at no charge, certainly, with those using it to help people get out and into shelters. We also have a transportation component if people are just simply going to move in with a loved one that's a little higher up. So it's not just, I don't focus just on Childs Park or Midtown. Actually, I think Childs Park is very high, or Midtown. There are some high areas there, but just those that are in evacuation level A, or if it ever goes to a B, we are prepared to do that. So there's no reason for somebody to elect, or for those who elect to leave, there's no reason for them not to be able to get out. And we have plenty of advance notice. Pinellas County is very good at calling evacuations early. And we've been spoiled because they've called evacuations that have turned out to be nothing, and we've gone through this whole exercise, and so people get complacent and they decide to stay and ride it out. You never know when you're going to get the big one. And we haven't had one in a long time, but we do train for that. So.
Okay. And the county doesn't have any programs that assist the elderly in boarding their homes or taking the necessary precautions in the event of a storm. Do you have any recommendations for those people who can't afford that?
And nor does the city. We are extremely busy during those events, doing a lot of things with our workers when it comes to boarding up our own city assets, which you all own. And believe it or not, we cut back a lot of trees and limbs, and we're out scurrying with a lot of people to clean stormwater systems and trying to collect as much debris as we can that could possibly clog the relief effort and draining the water. So we do not have a program to safeguard people's private property, and we never have.
Thank you.
Has the transition to 3 a.m. for last call at the bars, is that?
Man, it's killing me.
Is it? I mean, is that going to stay around, or you think it's going to revert?
I don't know. You like it? Anyone?
I'm all for it. I love it.
Yeah, the cops are probably hating it, right? I mean,
it's a challenge, and a bigger challenge than I anticipated. We put out a lot of resources, because that's what's required with a 3 a.m. Or a 2:50, 2:45 last call. I kind of played hardball with some of the downtown clubs, Dirty Nellies, this Janice, Vintage. What are some of the other ones that you guys go to?
Scene, Push.
Scene's not really playing nice in this one, but most of the other ones are getting together and literally hiring 4 off-duty police officers. That helps a great deal, because if they didn't do that, I'd have to bring in officers from other areas, and so that's helped. So as long as those making money on this, we're not making a penny. The city doesn't make, yeah, there might be some sales tax revenue, but it's not an extraordinary amount because you're just pushing the hour back. And yeah, people might be staying here and not going to Tampa, but we're not making near enough money to cover the cost. So as long as those who are making the money, and I'm all about business, sell as much as you can responsibly. As long as they're helping cover some of the cost, we'll keep it at 3.